trained myself to become a top copywriter. I've generated over $10 million in my own businesses, not for clients, not for other people. In my businesses, 10 million in revenue across e-commerce businesses, affiliate campaigns, and lead generation campaigns. Mostly direct response copywriting, VSLs, advertorials, sales pages, etc. So let's dive in. This is my exact strategy of how I mastered copywriting in 3 years. First and foremost, you got to write every single day, no matter what. And this doesn't matter what it is. Just write in a way where you flow and you're not thinking. Because what you want to do is train your mind to tap into your subconscious and just flow out of there and be like a conduit for all that information. Because that's where all the structures, the tactics, the habits that you picked up from studying, all the market research, and all the pattern recognition and ideas will come through from the subconscious. If you try and do it consciously, it's not going to be great. The purpose of the conscious when it comes to copywriting, to do it with focus and deliberately, is when you're editing. That's when you can really make some magic happen. But first, you flow every day, even if it's garbage, just write every day, and then we'll edit it later. Second is that I focused on structure, not on tactics, not on specific words. I didn't really like books like Cashvertising where they teach little gimmicks and tactics. I don't think that's very effective. Great messaging, whether it's speeches, movies, anything, it comes down to structure and flow and the framework. So the hero's journey framework, the ADA framework, the problem, agitate, solution. These frameworks work. A good framework with the shit copy will always outperform great copy with a shit framework. Always, no matter what. I studied the top VSLs, Gundry, all the e-commerce guys. I studied everything. I transcribed all their VSLs and read them, broke them down, took notes on them, printed them out, rewrote them for myself, and with a focus on structure. I would always break them down into structures. So I'd have a 10-point structure for every VSL that I broke down. And then I did side-by-side writing where I'd open up 2 Google Docs side-by-side on my screen. One of them was a winning script or if I'm writing a VSL or a winning advertorial or a sales page, whatever. And then my own Google Doc. And I would just write, I would rewrite the winning script for my own product, for my own angles, with my own language and messaging. And that helped me to ingrain into my mind the tactics, the patterns, the flow, the sequences, because I'm just looking and I'm copying it and I'm just transitioning the words from their product to mine, from their research to mine, from their avatar, their mechanisms to mine. And this builds that pattern recognition in the subconscious. And finally, I would edit my copy separately. So in the beginning stages of putting together a VSL, and also this is why I can write so fast. When I was doing my e-commerce business, I was writing 2 VSLs, 1 advertorial, 5 hooks every single day for weeks and weeks, for months on end. We were testing 3 products a week with full VSL advertorial funnels with me as the main copywriter and operator. And that's how we built the business up to $500,000 per month in sales in the second month of the business existing, from 0 to 500,000 a month in 2 months. Probably could have been faster. We had all kinds of payment processing and logistical issues. But because I wrote so much copy and we were testing it, and it's cheap to test, because if you test a VSL and your AOV is $100, within $200, you'll know if it's a winning VSL or not. And that's across all variations. You'll just know. So first I let the copy flow out, which means I just bang it all out. In this way, I can get a 15-minute VSL done in less than an hour. I can get a 30-minute or 20-minute VSL done within a day for sure. And then I edit it later, because editing is also easy, because once you have the copy finished, it's really easy to edit. That's why top copywriters become copy editors, and they don't really write from scratch anymore, because you can take you give someone a structure, right? Even if to a B-level copywriter, you give them a structure, you tell them fill it out. I even had my operations manager do this. They fill it out and it's probably not going to be great, but then you take it and you can edit it in 1/5 of the time and get the same quality as if you wrote the whole thing. But if you do both together, it feels very tedious and it creates friction and it's abrasive in your mind, because you're switching in 2 modes of consciousness. Letting copy flow and creating it is subconscious. It's flow. It's not thinking consciously. And then to edit, you have to switch to conscious analytical thinking. And that switching between the two, it's really uncomfortable and it'll discourage you from doing that every single day. So if you want to make a habit of writing good shit every day and editing it, you have to do it at separate times. So write in the morning and edit later in the day. All right, and that's pretty much how I got really good at copywriting in 5 minutes. Peace out.